and welcome to part 3 of Community Service, an Onyx Path premiere game of the brand new Trinity Continuum Aberrant 2.0 rules system. My name is Kyle, and I am going to be your host, producer, and story guide for this game tonight. Community Service is a 10 to 11 part weekly 2-hour event that will start at 10 p.m. exactly Mountain Time every Tuesday from now until the end of the year, with just a 1-week hiatus coming up in November when I go off to a Catagon and play some games in Dayton, Ohio. A Catacon in Dayton, Ohio. Come out and check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll play a game together. You can usually find me in podcast land, where I put out 10 podcasts a month. Well, episodes, a minimum. Tavern Tales, Tavern Tales Jr., Morty's Devils, all of these can be found at www.taverntales.ca or wherever you normally get your podcasts. And I am ridiculously excited to have people in chat tonight. So if you're out there, I need some help. Because while the group has managed to pile into a broken Hummer, hoping they can get it to start, the prisoners across the highway, some incarcerated inmates cleaning the road on the other side of traffic, have overpowered the guards and are starting to look for means of escape as well. So if you could help me out with some descriptions of, say, 15 or so orange-wearing convicts, I would forever be in your debt. And now for some news from our sponsors. Let me try this again. Creature Collection October Trinity Continuum with Danielle Lawson. Each Saturday in October, we're showcasing character creation for a different Onyx Path game. This week, we're looking at Trinity Continuum. Blood on the Timesis. We're adding a new V5 Chronicle. That's Vampire 5th edition for you layfolk. This will be hosted during the time slot when I run Scarred Lands, Myths and Matchmakers, and by I mean Travis Legg, so that will no longer be on the schedule. Fractured Mirrors, Changeling the Lost. Devil's Luck Gaming is running a Changeling the Lost campaign on Fridays, right after Occultists Anonymous. And now back to our regular scheduled program. And with that, I'll turn it over to the players.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is right above my head here at Aranel. You can follow me on Twitch at Arsmythica. You may see me chatting in the room every once in a while. I will be on We Are Nerdsmith's 9 Hells of a Good Time D&D game on Monday. And I play Samantha. And that is it.
I was like, is this my cue? Hi, I am Paige. I'm known on Twitter as D&D and Paige, and I can be found here on Tuesdays, as you can see, Mondays on Scraticus, and coming up next month in the first week of November on Forgebreaker for a charity stream week for Alzheimer's, and it's called With Advantage, and I'll be DMing and playing in a game. So I'm really excited for that to happen because it's been in the works for a while. Yeah, I'm playing Jess, who is a vastly different person than me. She exercises for one. I do not. So this is some real role playing.
Hi everyone, I'm Velvet. You can find me on the interwebs as OG Brown Sugar, and you'll see me popping my head in chat. You can also find me on Stories of a Broken Sun, Flight Risk, Fangirls, and Morty's Devils. I'll be playing Isabella Sterling, like the Silver, who is having a tough time. It's not easy being green. That's me.
Hi, I'm Nat. You can find me at Ashes for Foxes online, usually on Twitter, talking about Chinese dramas for some reason, because I am a basic bitch. Sorry. Anyway, you can also find me as the host of the Meta Machina podcast, and currently I am streaming just this game, but yeah, follow me for more sad content. I am playing Ash. Ash is me, but in a different lifetime. If you like punk rock, and if you've ever been to a show and seen somebody puking in the alleyway outside, that's my character.
Hi, I'm Carl Jordan. You can find me on Twitter at RPGCarl, like it says above my head. I am on Twitch as Just a Carl. I am very excited about being in a Descent into Avernus large-scale 12-part game that's going on. We're going to be in the one-shot on Monday called Chicken Run on We Are Nerdsmith Twitch channel. And it's going to be ridiculous. And I'm very excited about my character right now. So please tune in. It's going to be really, really great. Starting in another couple of weeks, I'm going to be in a City of Mist game, also on We Are Nerdsmith on Wednesday nights called Obscurum. It's going to be very 1950s noir, very different from this. And in this game, I am playing Leonard Upton, and Leo is your typical elderly Anglican cab driver. And hopefully this is going to be a lot of fun as we learn more about all of our characters. And I think I might be playing the guy who's the most in over his head. Okay, here we go.
Cool. And with that, here we do go. So there's a lot of noise. It's mostly moaning, complaining, small fires burning, the sounds of combat 10 lanes away. But you don't hear the sounds of vehicles. Nothing is running. There's no vehicles that are on because of that electromagnetic pulse that blasted through this area maybe 2-3 minutes ago. You've gotten to the Hummer, the Humvee. The front of it's all smashed up from having taken out the back axle of the bus. The individual who was driving the vehicle has been tended to and set aside or put somewhere. I don't even remember what that person looked like as Carl and your character Leo dealt with them initially. And I turn things over to you, the players.
Okay.
Jess still thinks she's high. That was where we left Jess. She has a metal hand and she thinks she's high. So currently I feel like Jess is probably not helping at all and it's just like leaning against the Hummer like, am I hungry now? Am I like, do I have the munchies? And it's just sitting there.
So you're sitting in the passenger seat or the back seat of the Hummer?
Probably the back seat.
Okay. Who's sitting next to you?
Ooh.
You get to decide that.
Probably my vampire friend, Ash, who I think looks very pretty right now. What a pretty human being, all glittery like that.
Yeah, I will dive in the back seat with like a pile of all of the stuff I've scavenged off the bus. Last time I was like, I'm gonna like look for everything that it's not nailed down and take it with me. I don't care what it is because I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about getting into that vehicle and us going. So, you know, like, and then I'm like, hey, how are you doing? Feeling okay? Leo.
Really
Is it
high.
funny?
Yeah. Working on it.
And Nat, you're in the middle seat, of course, of this big Humvee. Who is on the other side of you?
Well, I mean, like, I'm grabbing Izzy if I can.
Okay, cool.
I'll interrupt Ash and Jess's backseat moment by reaching over and just giving Jess a good boop on the snoot and letting her know, thanks for the save back there, Tin Man. I always knew you had a heart.
I really don't know what you're talking about right now, but if you had some Cheetos, I'd be really down. You know, but, and takes her little silvery hand, goes, boop, you're welcome. It just leans back.
Does that make you because I'm obviously the cowardly lion over here. Who are you? Scarecrow? What's going on? Just roll with it. She's high, Keep it going.
I mean, I'm green. This isn't easy.
Oh, that's true.
I'd say I'm the witch, but Coach Barry was the one that melted.
We're not talking about Chloe. Chloe turned into gelatin. I don't know. Just let her go.
Where's the garbage bag with Coach Barry?
It's up here between my legs in the floorboard. Kind of gross.
Guess we're taking her with us.
Are we gone yet?
All right, so I'm barking orders at the other two guys who are with us as they try to rock this Hummer out of where it was lodged into the back of the bus. While I have it in reverse, trying to apply gas and use leverage with them to get it out onto the road.
Sure, that sounds like you're trying to make a check of some sort.
I think it does. I think it sounds like, how about a piloting and cunning check?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. A piloting and cunning check. Do you have any leadership?
I could try that.
No, I'm just asking if you have any leadership.
Oh, no.
No? Okay, so if you had any leadership, I would have offered you an enhancement on the check. Command would work, yes.
I have command.
Then, yeah, how many dots of command do you have?
1.
That's not quite enough. So you'll just roll the dice that you currently do have. You'll need at least 1 success in order to be successful, but there are some complications in that there are 2. It's a 2-point complication that you might rip something important out of the front of the vehicle.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yes.
Okay.
There's another single point complication that it might run over Rick or I have his name written down. Joe's foot. Your choice. That's a 1-point complication.
Is there any enhancement for them helping?
No, because you didn't have any command in order to get them to do the right thing.
Okay. I have 2 successes.
Excellent. So you have the 1 success required to get out of there.
Yes.
And the other success you can use. You have no enhancements to buy on this.
To not injure them.
However, I note that you're making a cunning check. And I will let you know that Leo has cunning as a mega attribute.
Ooh.
This doesn't really help you too much, but you do end up with a keen senses edge with an enhancement equal to your mega cunning dots. And as a result of having this mega cunning, I'll give you an additional 1 enhancement on this roll to give you 3 successes. So now your choice is to not run over a foot or to save whatever the important part of the vehicle is.
Oof. Well, I think Leo's decision would be to not run over the foot.
Wow.
And I think that might ruin all of us.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to give you momentum as a result. As you've ripped something integral out of the vehicle. Now, anyone in chat can tell me what that integral piece of the vehicle might come out. Maybe it's the radiator hose. That's what I was picturing. But I will allow for everybody else to make that decision at their leisure. And in Discord, I've given you your mega cunning. Furthermore, you're trying to do 2 things at once. One of the gentlemen is behind the vehicle. Another gentleman is in front of the vehicle on the passenger side. You're driving the vehicle and you're trying to save everything. And as this is happening to you, as this is going on, you can't really look in both places at the same time. Back up, look forward, look to the left, look to the right to make sure you're not hitting anybody you're driving with. And you know what I'm going to say? Oh, the window washer tank. That's a great choice. You've ruined the window washer tank. super integral. It's going to rain and mud everywhere along the way. That's what's come out of the vehicle. But it's not really relevant to you, Leo, because while this is all happening, all of your vision starts to go fuzzy and strange as you remember I had told everyone you had these electric eyes? Well, your electric eyes seem to see in multiple places at one time, and they see radiation, radioactive sources, and you're seeing through solid objects, and you see just at the nick of time to turn the wheel to avoid going over Joe's foot. You literally could see Joe's foot and the wheel through the vehicle.
Oh, that's disturbing. But I missed it.
Yes, you missed the foot.
Excellent. Ooh. Okay, taking a minute to try to get used to that.
Do you know what you're doing?
Usually.
That didn't sound good. Like, it sounded like something got ripped out of the car.
Well, the engine's still running. It's probably not that
Oh,
important.
I'm sorry. The engine is not running. You've never once managed to turn the vehicle on as of yet. In fact, there are no on vehicles anywhere in this giant pileup of vehicles.
Oh, okay.
So, Leo, I have a theory, okay? I was really high and I saw this movie, War of the Worlds, and like they needed to like get a solenoid, I think, or whatever, like to make the car work, but I don't know. Like, is it even turning over?
Trying the key.
Yes, you try the key. It makes this sound.
Okay. Thanks.
You're very welcome.
It's
So
awesome.
we're probably gonna get killed by giant tripods now. Okay. All right. Waiting for those beams to come down. I'm gonna get out of the vehicle because I don't like sitting like a duck or whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm
like
getting
climbing
out as well.
climbing over her chest.
It's like, yeah, I would have moved if you had just asked. And like
No,
gets
you
out.
stay here. You stay here. It's fine.
I don't want to be a sitting duck. Why would I stay here? Quack, quack my ass. And like, as you're crawling over her, just like slides out and gets out of the car.
We're just both like, boom, on the ground, tangled up.
So when I get out of the car, because that's what I'm going to do also, I'm going to look back towards the convicts. Have they like found a way to like activate the engine in their bus? Have they overpowered the police? What's going on with them?
Well, you look over and you see one of the guards. So not one of the guards. You see one of the prisoners with a shotgun shoot the shotgun into the ground. You can't actually see the ground. He just shoots the shotgun downward. The prisoners are all looking around on the highway for vehicles, and some of them have escaped. They're heading down the embankment towards what looks like a Walmart and over a chain link fence in the distance.
Oh, that's not good. Guys,
I heard that.
I don't think it's a great idea for us to let these criminals get to the civilians at the Walmart.
What do you want to do? Stop them?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Lightning eyes. Why don't you shoot them with your bolts?
Let's just be
There
really
were guards.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they overpowered them. You've got lightning that shoots out of your hands and shit. So why don't you shoot them?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just open the bag and let the puddle talk to them. I don't care who you are. A puddle talks to you. You got to take 5.
I mean,
is she technically in
I'm gonna
charge?
open the bag with Chloe Berry. What do we do?
There is no response from the bag of Chloe Berry. The puddle
I'm shaking it.
Yeah.
there. You know,
gloops and
guys,
glops.
like this is not the time to be seeking authority from people that are in bags, trash bags especially. Let's I think we
think
need to
she's
get away
dead.
from the situation.
I could probably just
Dead?
punch them. That's
I
all
think
I'm
she's-
saying.
Do it.
Yeah.
I can't
Let's not.
check for a pulse in a bag of goo.
Yeah, I
so
wouldn't
don't
touch
really
that.
know.
I saw what we put in there. You don't want to touch that. And stands up off out of the ash and just tangle. All right. Which way? And just like looks.
So I don't want to completely block you to have to force you to go and fight these prisoners and feel some semblance. It seemed like everybody really wanted to get out of there. So if Leo wants to do a quick check under the hood to see if he can fix the vehicle,
Yes, I would love that.
then you can tell me what kind of check that's going to be, and I'll tell you the complications therein. Also, if anybody else wants to assist and help in this action, that's
I would love to.
more than welcome to do so. Just tell me what you're doing to try to resolve the vehicle problem,
That
and I will
sounds
leave it
like-
to you.
It sounds like technology intellect might be appropriate.
Yeah, for you, if that's what you want to do. You want to force it with your technological understanding. How many ranks in technology do you have?
One.
Okay.
I can assist him with the same technology intellect.
Ooh.
Jess is
I
just
have-
like, if you need a wrench, I could probably do it.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Come over here. Hold up the hood.
If you describe a part, I can go find one.
All right. Do you think they all look like solenoids?
I don't know. I just know it's like a tiny thing. Yeah. I have the same technology intellect, I think. Which is weird, considering you should know more. Come on. You drive cars all day? Sorry, I didn't mean to razz you, man.
Thanks. Yeah, we have somebody to repair these, right? I don't usually have to do that part.
That's true.
I haven't looked at an engine since a very long time. It was a helicopter.
Whoa,
Provide
dude.
moral support.
So this sounds like it's going to be a complex action for you all. So rather than making it a single roll, having to come together, it's going to require a bunch of different successes from all of you, depending. So I think that all of you should roll your various skill that you're trying to go for. Tell me if you have any enhancements, and then tell me if you've got a success. But tell me mostly what skill you're trying to go for here. And the complication that you're buying off for the majority of you is just time. So the more successes you get, the more advantageous you'll be, and you'll be able to buy off time increments in 1, 2, or 3 versions worth. So 3 successes to buy off time is much quicker than buying off 2 or buying off 1.
Okay.
Will do.
So I have my one initial success.
Okay, just the one?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's just enough, but you know that there are parts missing. You're not too sure exactly what those parts may be, but you can figure it out, and again, it's just taking time.
I had 3 successes to assist.
Excellent. Now, your character also has mega intellect at 3 ranks, which means that especially in intellect rolls, did you buy any of these edges that were all available to you with the dots that you had available to you from mega intellect of iron will, lightning calculator, photographic memory, and speed reading? Did you buy any of those edges?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to you momentarily as Ash runs out into the world to look for parts, hoping that someone will call out what parts they need. And how did you do?
That was a botch with a 1.
Okay. That is going to add 2 momentum. Whoa, let's make it big, shall we? Oh, let's just move everything around.
So what I think was that I was like trying to be sneaky about this because I know that those guys are across the way, and I'm running around opening hoods and just like, okay, I don't know cars. What the hell am I doing right now? Okay.
Yeah, you've
Just slam
basically
one
taken off, and I don't think you're in range of them to be able to hear you. So even if they did call something out to you, you would not necessarily be able to hear what they were saying. Great. So with the single success that Leo got, you're looking at half an hour to fix this problem, Leo. And now we turn back to Samantha, who got 3 successes with her mega intellect, which increases her scale for dots of intellect rolls. So that technically means that you got 9 successes. So you more than amply have solved the problem for everyone else. But how many dots of technology do you have?
I have 2 dots of technology.
Oh yeah, you know exactly what's wrong. What is what do you need to do in order to fix this vehicle?
Oh, I also have photographic memory and lightning calculator as edges.
So you took 1 point of both, or did you put 2
2 in
one?
photographic memory.
Cool.
Yeah. So in order to fix this, I need to find a way to charge the alternator.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going for in all of this. The battery might be dead as well. How will you resolve that, since you know exactly what's wrong?
We just need to shock the car. Shock it, Leo. Just like look at it and point at it and be like, oh God, work, and see if it works. Just do it. Just have faith in me. Just do it.
Well,
Just put your eyeball up to it.
Like, just remember when I was laying on the side of the road and you were coming running at me like, oh God, are you okay? Do that to the car.
so like the car is hurt.
Yeah, the car is really, really hurt.
I mean, the car is hurt.
It's really hurt and you really have to save it right now. Come on, Leo. You can do this. I have faith in you.
Oh my God, car! Heal!
Can I assist Leo in that?
How will you assist Leo in healing the car?
I'm gonna rub my hands together like a defibrillator and just like smack him in the chest, and you'll Shazam.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sure. You just do that. Sounds great.
That's all I got.
What are you doing? Ah! Why did you hit me?
I assumed it would work.
What is Shazam?
If we don't get this car moving,
Lightning.
then all of those guys over there that are trying to find cars to get into, to get out of town, to escape, that have probably killed the police officers over there are going to come and kill us. So it's kind of important. Shock the freaking car.
Maybe if we rub our feet on the carpet. You got any carpet?
If I just hit you, will you do it?
I think I've finally heard a worse idea. Okay.
And not attempting to hit him, but it's a brilliant idea to Jess, who thinks she's high. This placebo effect is doing wonders. Is going to act like she's going to hit him, but stop like right before and see if it jolts him. We'll zip zap.
Duh!
Okay.
All right.
I mean, you don't actually have to roll dice
I got really
to do
excited.
this. I mean, you can definitely
I was like, I felt a 10 again.
pretend to smack him and all you want. This is a great opportunity of role play.
This big old silver hand, you just see it, and it's coming to like just totally slap you. right across the face. I stop like an inch before to see if it really gets you going.
Oh God!
Does it get him going? Zip zap.
You tell me.
How do I shock an alternator? Like, we have to get some sort of electricity into this car. You're the only source of that I know.
Did you feel anything when I almost killed you?
Yeah,
I
terrified.
have an idea.
Thank you.
It's a really bad idea, but I have an idea. Let's get a trash bag and rub it really, really, really fast against Leo's hair and see if it creates some static electricity, and then shove his head into the car. I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Why do we keep putting people in trash bags?
Jess,
Well,
you
you
notice
putting
that you
me in a
can't
trash
find
bag.
Ash anywhere.
It's like a balloon.
Oh. Pretty one. We lost pretty one. Let me go get the pretty one.
What do you mean we lost pretty one?
The sparkly one.
Where did she go?
I'll go get her.
Did she go looking
what the
for
hell?
a battery?
I don't know what she probably
I'll
doesn't
help
know
you
what it
find
is.
them.
Great. Okay, come on. We got this. And it's just like bumbles away. Go find Ash.
Oh, great.
I love
my
it.
God.
Okay.
This is bad.
Okay,
Look,
We're off to find the wizard.
haven't you ever heard of splitting the party? This is not a good idea.
Jess, when you bumble away to go and find Ash, it's not a bumble. If to everyone else there is the stir of debris and dust as you just take off. The world slows down for you, Jess, as you've activated your dot of mega dexterity, and your character starts to move at a much quicker rate. The reason why is because you also have the mega edge of mega speed. So your character moves at ridiculous speeds. You are now as fast as a cheetah. Running against a professional runner, and with the balance against of mega speed and dexterity 1, plus the other traits that your character has with boost and whatnot, your character is blowing through this highway accident. People are calling out for assistance and help from their wreckage as well.
Oh God. Oh. And I look back and not seeing Isabella Sterling, like the silver directly behind me, like I thought she'd be. I'm like, okay, Ash, and start just calling Ash. Like, there's people here who need help, and I don't really know if that's what we're doing right now. Ash, I'm high.
Since Ash botched, why don't you make some sort of check to find Ash?
Okay.
While you're figuring out what skill you want to apply to that and attributes involved in that finesse or force sort of check, we'll turn back to Isabella Sterling, who was slapping the back of Leo. And you feel like if you just inspired Leo the right way, Isabella Sterling, that he might be able to trigger this latent electrical ability of his.
I'll try it a different way that doesn't involve smacking him.
Sure.
I think I'm gonna let out a pretty big exhale, like Caterpillar from Alice style, because I'm assuming my weird vapors have something to do with my powers. And I'm
Okay.
just going to look Leo dead in the eye and tell him, hey, I know Donatello's the one that's good with computers, but blue's just like one away from purple. I believe in you.
Tell him exactly what to do. Give him a command, in other words.
Leo, I'm not sure how your powers work, but would you kindly shock the shit out of this car?
Did that feel very commanding to you there, Carl? Did you feel compelled by this statement of Isabella Sterling's?
I'm trying.
She is
I'm trying.
particularly theatrical, is she not? Yeah, Onyx Path, like, would you kindly, if you please. You're triggering a ability at this point because you have mega presence at 2 dots. That scales you up considerably and gives you a whole bunch of mega edges and regular edges to spend. I've added that to the Discord. And you have developed, as a result of this, a compelling presence. As long as you're in short range of someone and they can hear and understand you, you get to roll your quantum, which is 3, and your presence, which I don't remember what that is off the top of my head. But then you will add scale to that roll, which will triple it. So you're doing tons here. So give that a check as we command Carl, Carl's character Leo. And Leo, how many dots of composure does Carl have? Because that's your base defense in this regard. I want you to roll those dice to defend against this command that's given to you kindly by Isabella Sterling.
Okay. 1 success.
Great. So that's a difficulty of 1. And how many dice did you roll there?
3.
I'm trying to figure out how many dice I have to roll.
Oh, sorry. What I was trying to tell you was you have a number of dice equal to your quantum, which is 3, and your presence. What is your character's presence attribute?
5.
You're going to be rolling 8 dice looking for a single success.
Okay. 3 successes.
So that's 9 successes total, which means that the target is completely commanded by you and will do anything the Nova commands, and the effects of this command will last for the rest of the scene or until the command is completely carried out, whichever comes first. So, Leo, tell me 3 things that you try to do immediately because you are overwhelmed and overcome that you try to do and fail at before the 4th one takes effect. And I'll give you a power at that point.
Oh, exciting. Okay. I try to make lightning come out of my hands.
No, 3 things that don't work.
Oh, okay.
3 technology-related skill check sort of things that you would normally do to start a car.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You are so overridden by this command that your innate knowledge of vehicles takes over and you start to do those things.
I immediately start checking all of the connections, making sure the battery is hooked up correctly, that it's grounded, that it's hooked up to the alternator, that the alternator is in good shape, that nothing is dislodged. I make sure that all the wiring looks sound. I check if it's an engine with a distributor, I check the distributor cap. If it's not, then I check all the little plugs on the spark plugs.
Cool. And then you realize what the problem is and you step back, and I don't know the hand sign that you're going to do in the future for it, so I'll leave that to you to describe. But lightning, a crackling, different style of lightning than the healing, blissful, skittering energy that came off you before, crackles out from whatever your pointer finger or thumbs up or open palm, Emperor Palpatine style energy comes shooting out of you as you develop and discern that you have an electrical quantum attack. And moreover, your character's aim skill is only what? What is your character's aim?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's interesting that you don't have any aim because now you have 3 levels of aim that have suddenly come to you in a spurt of mental acuity as you properly aim this attack. Electricity shoots forth from your hand and just ignites the battery. There's a little sigil on there, the new batteries you can get that show you where the level of power is in it, and it goes from the red all the way up to the green. You've got full bars. And I'll put your quantum attack into the Discord.
successfully attacked.
That's
the
what I'm
car.
talking about. See, I knew you could do it. You just had to have faith.
What the hell just happened?
The same thing that happened when you shocked me on the hill. You didn't. Okay, listen, I understand that you're old. Maybe you're a little bit senile.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it is. You just forgot. It's okay. I understand. You know, try to remember this time.
Look, let's just try to crank the car.
Oh, okay. I'll get in the driver's seat and try to crank the car.
Yeah, it starts up.
Yes.
Looking around, where is everybody? Hey, where'd everybody go? We seem to be missing people.
I'm gonna look at the criminals. Are they like eyes on us because suddenly we have an engine roaring and it's a Hummer and it's loud?
That sounds like an empathy sort of thing to determine if they're looking. And you're also across 10 lanes of traffic and accident. It's hard to tell at this point if there are, but you can assume, of course, that the loud sound of a Hummer roaring to life will attract the attention of those prisoners that still remain. Granted, remember, a bunch of them have taken off across down the embankment to the chain link fence to climb over it and head for that Walmart.
Well, I have 2 successes on empathy to check. If I do empathy and intelligence.
Yeah, you're trying to force it in this instance here. Well, that would be like 8 successes, so that's more than enough for you to seem to tell. Yes, it seems to be the case that that you have gotten the attention of these prisoners. How many, you don't know. Just due to the distance and the number of vehicles in the way. Leo, though, he can see right through the vehicles and through the people that are trapped in the vehicles and can see all the prisoners as they all go, huh?
Uh-oh. I think we got their attention.
We have a problem. We need to get everybody in the car now.
Where is everybody?
I don't know. Everybody get in the car. Where the hell is everybody at? Where'd they go?
Turning and looking for the other 2 guys that were with us. Hey, Pablo Escobar, get in the vehicle.
Rick and Joe look at each other. Ricky and Joe look at each other and shrug. Climb into the back seat.
Where is Isabella Sterling, like the silver?
Standing right in front of the hood. As Leo lowers the hood,
in
you
the
can see
car.
Isabella Sterling.
Get in the car.
No, it's fine. Listen, you go get the other 2.
No, get
I got this.
in the car. The criminals are coming. Get in the car. We'll get them. We will pick the others up. Get in the car.
Shutting the hood, getting in the driver's seat.
I'm
Let's
in the
stick my
driver's seat.
Oh, you're in the
tongue
driver's
out at
seat.
Samantha. And do
You're
my
in the
own
driver's
thing.
seat.
You're not gonna get in the car.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to see if I can intercept some of the criminals heading our way.
Okay.
Probably not a
As
not a good
opposed
idea.
to leaving?
That's a great question to hang a moment on as we turn to Jess, who has found Ash.
Oh yes. You know how I said I felt the tin again coming? I got 2. All right. First one of the game for me, and I got 2. So I got 3 successes. So I super found Ash. I'm like, all right, they sent me for you. We gotta go, but there's like people screaming along the way. I don't know if it's because I'm high or if they're actually screaming. So yeah, we gotta go, and I hope the old man actually got it together.
Yeah, so Ash is smoking a cigarette and like pops the hood down. I want to be able to do a danger sense if possible.
Okay.
Cunning and survival. That is 2 successes.
Sure.
To know if out of 3. To know if anybody is nearby.
Well, you're on the other side of the highway now. which you didn't realize you'd gone to. You're very close to the prisoners. Let's say that as your danger sense roars, that also triggers the roaring sound of the Hummer coming to life as you look up and realize dazedly where you now are, and you do in fact see a bundle of prisoners moving towards you. The guards are no longer with us, which is unfortunate because last week I had gotten some examples of what the guards were, because one of the guards moonlights as an Elvis impersonator, and you can see his big sideburns and the hair, but he is not moving and laying on the grass like he is quietly asleep. And then the other one is named Tyler, and you can see his badge and name shining in the light. He is short, stout, and built like a barrel. You can't really see his face, though, as he's laying face down, and there's a bunch of red splatter all over him, and he does not seem to be moving either.
We got this, girl. Come on. We're going to go. All right.
Like, that way? And just, it's like, Ash, where are we going? Where's the Hummer? Where are we? I ran really, really fast here, so I'm a little confused right now. I'm like a cheetah.
I'm going to grab on to Jess.
Are you using me as a horse?
No, but you seem to be able to, like, I don't know, you bend space and time or something. I have no idea what's going on right now. Let's just intercept that people. Let's go. Let's run.
I'm like, piggyback.
I'll run with you.
Get on.
No, I'm not. No.
I could really do it.
Okay. So Ash absolutely believes Jess in this moment that, yeah, that's gonna work.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab on, and we're gonna go. We're gonna try this.
I mean, what's Jess's base stamina attribute? I mean, this is pretty.
My stamina base is 3.
Yeah, I mean, with yours being 3, and I'll let you know, Jess, you also have a dot of mega stamina. So this sort of weight being borne by you, especially Ash, who weighs like nothing, right? Like Ash is just a skinny, scrawny, bird-like figure hanging out on your back. Should be nothing, right? So, well, let's add this mega stamina to your Discord character sheet. And yeah, with an Ash's danger sense and Jess's hyper movement, you blister back to the car. However, you're going to need to make some sort of check, Ash, to hang on. If you get a success at all, you'll have 2 enhancements because Jess is doubtlessly holding you by your right thigh with her right metal gauntlet hand. It's a thigh grab Ryan Johnson moment. So you get any successes at all, you automatically will get an enhancement there.
I'm gonna use might, obviously. It's like hanging on for sheer life. Athletics?
Yes, sure.
Got a little bit of that.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got 3 successes.
It's more than enough because that enhancement adds at least another one. 4 is enough to hang on. You don't fall off. There were no complications associated with this sort of thing. And I'll
be your backpack while I run. While you run. That's what I say.
I feel like you being my backpack, Jess would absolutely just be like going back to childhood because she's simply 20 and she's just like backpack and singing the Dora Explorer song stuck in her head. It's just running with you like a cheetah.
Great.
I love you.
Yes, you're all ridiculously hilarious. Yeah, that's that. I'm just checking off my list of superpowers because I have a lot to get through to tonight. There we go. Okay. The Hummer has roared to life you started into gear, Samantha, or do you get out of the way for Leo to drive?
I'm kicking it into gear. I'm just gonna drive.
Are you gonna leave
Um,
the other community service compatriots behind?
No, if I see them anywhere, I'm driving in their direction.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you. I mean, they appear suddenly next to you.
Yeah, I feel like I'd land next to the driver window, but with Ash on my back, like, we're here. Ah, made it.
Oh God. Okay, get in the car now. Let's go. Let's go. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Alright,
Get in the car.
okay, man. And like just crawls into the back seat.
As soon as they're in the car, like the door's not even shut yet, I'm gonna like throw it into gear and just drive.
Okay. Well, yeah, you'll have effectively evaded these prisoners as you're now going to make a couple. Well, actually, there's a field in the way, and I believe that there is some rules regarding fields in the system here, which is brand new to us as well. So just bear with me as I look up field.
Difficult terrain.
Exactly, which is called a field in this game. And
I'll be right back.
sure. So yeah, you're going to need to make some checks to get around the field using the vehicle that you're driving, as well. And I think the Hummer's actually prohibiting you. So some of the complications, one of the complications at least you'll have to buy off is that as you're driving through this area, you will need to get out of the you make sure that the Hummer itself does not get damaged or injured, because it does not have a lot of durability after driving into the back of the bus. So you make any mistakes in this drive, and you will you'll suffer the consequences. So what sort of dice pool are you looking to make as you roll to drive this vehicle? And what is your level of ability with driving a vehicle? With pilot.
I currently have 0 dots of pilot.
Okay.
However, I do have a thing called Instant Expert.
Mm-hmm.
That will allow me to gain temporary dots of a rating in a task related to the skill I am attempting.
Mm-hmm. So why don't you make your check to see if you've got any ranks of that ability.
And it is quantum plus intellect.
Yep.
For that. So I have 3 quantum and I have 4 intellect.
Mm-hmm.
Do I add my mega intellect dice or dots to my dice pool as well?
So I believe this is a quantum intellect check. So I don't think you
Yes.
get to, it's not an intellect skill check. So I don't believe you get to add the scale to that. I could be wrong,
Okay.
but I did not see that anywhere in the rules system that was allowed. But there are Onyx Path official people in the chat. They could help us out and tell us whether or not your scale applies to that. But let me know, how many successes did you get?
I have 2 successes.
Great. So you then get 2 dots of piloting to make your check, and it's going to last the duration of the scene as you pilot out of this highway accident. Are you
Okay.
So you have 4 ways ahead of you. You can turn around and head the wrong way down the road you're on. That is the quickest way out of this accident, because it is you're dealing with not driving through any wreckage at all, really, or the least amount, but then you're driving the wrong way down the road. And then if you drive the way you would normally drive with traffic, you're going to run into a bunch of vehicles and you'll have to drive and steer around them. And you could immediately cut across and drive the other way, the correct way on the far highway, but those sorts of actions driving to the other side of the highway are going to be more complicated and more difficult because the prisoners will have a chance. Well, you'll be moving closer to the prisoners.
Right. We're going to be moving away from the prisoners, so I will be going the wrong way on the road.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Turn away and go as quickly as you can. And everyone else, while Samantha's driving the vehicle, you hear something extremely loud and ominous overhead.
Looking up.
Oh, you see the roof of the vehicle.
Trying to focus through the roof.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god, so good.
Yes, that works for you. Why not? You know, your lightning eyes flare. You see through the roof. What's everyone else doing?
Like roll down the window, stick my head out.
I love it. It has the old. It must be like a Gen 1 Hummer because it's got the hand rolling windows. I love it. Okay, yeah. Isabella Sterling, what are you up to?
I will also be looking out the window, but like sticking out my whole upper body to look through.
You are all shocked and amazed, and Ash, you're stuck in the middle seat, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm just rummaging through all the stuff that I got out of the bus, and I'm like, wow, is there a helicopter or something?
It's
that's me.
worse. It's a Boeing 757 jumbo jet that is falling out of the sky. The smoke trail coming off of it as it's falling toward, like, in the same direction you're about to go. Out there towards a suburban community or a little rundown section of Los Angeles itself, betwixt you and the airport, like it was going to come in for a landing, and it got hit by this EM pulse, and it's been falling steadily ever since. That's how far out this EM blast hit, that it knocked a plane out of the sky that is now crashing down towards the ground, probably a kilometer. I'm Canadian, so that's like feet, like 2 feet. Is that right? I think a couple
like
yards.
0.6 miles.
Three football fields down the way. Anyway, it's about to crash not too far ahead.
I told you, Spielberg is the fortune teller of our era, because if that stuff goes down, there's gonna be a plane crash. But we're actually gonna see a real plane crash right now, right?
Oh god, is there anything that we can do to prevent this plane from crashing? Like, holy crap, is there anything that we can do? I'm gonna try to figure out if there's a way I can stop the plane from crashing.
You're driving,
Sherlock
Samantha.
moment.
I am. I'm gonna multitask.
Perfect. So while you're doing that, though, what sort of check do you think you'd need to make in order to get a feel for where that plane is about to land and kind of knowing Los Angeles itself?
Knowing Los Angeles and knowing where it's going to land. Well, I have pilot ability now.
Yeah, kind of like this is about everyone, and mostly everyone other than Samantha, who's busy making her pilot check. So you're watching the plane come down. What sort of check do you think is involved in that? Maybe I don't see any skills. Maybe science or survival, I guess, would be applicable. Or you can just make a base attribute force or finesse check with intellect or cunning if you would like.
I will do that.
To see if you knew where this vehicle is falling.
Two successes.
I don't know.
I have two
it sounded like
successes
you're
on
saying the count sort of thing.
Probably where it comes from.
I have 2 successes on my pilot check to keep the Hummer driving.
Excellent. That is not enough to not hit something else and damage the vehicle as you're going. So tell me what part of the vehicle you blow out as you're moving along.
The driver's side fender.
I think that's already gone because it was lodged in the front of the vehicle.
Oh, shoot.
Ahead of you. What important part? Because you did
The
not...
muffler.
Do Hummers even have mufflers? All right, it gets even louder, the Hummer does. How did everyone else do on their checks to see about the plane landing? 2 successes for Jess.
I have 2 with a mega cunning 1.
Oh, okay. That increases your scale by 1, so that's 4 successes. I believe in this instance. I'm not too sure.
I didn't roll for the plane because I figured out Isabella has no way of knowing about that plane, but she is going to shove her face forward, like right next to Samantha's ear, and just shout, "The sky is falling. Drive better."
Okay.
And that's 1 success with compelling presence.
I mean, it's not really going to help her with her successes, and she's already trying to do that. So, yeah, we'll be fine here. You've gotten enough successes as a group to know that the plane is falling towards, and will probably land very close to, a Circle K and a bar and a diner that are all kitty corner to each other and are all rather relevant to Ash, Leo, and Isabella Sterling, like the
So
silver.
I didn't get a success. But can I just be like, hey, that's my old that's my neighborhood. Right? I mean,
Yep.
that's all I'm gonna say. Actually, can we I'm worried. Somebody's gonna die over there. We probably should. We should probably go save someone. I don't know. I don't know what to do right now, guys.
Yes, hurry. That way.
I'm going as fast as I can.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Isabella, can you stop a plane?
I'm going to stick my upper body again out the window and just shout, "Stop."
I gotta give you credit for trying that. That's pretty
well done.
That's pretty cool.
The plane shudders in the air but continues moving. As you realize, Isabella Sterling, that this is close to where Mama Rose works. If I'm getting this right. Am I getting these NPCs right, guys?
Yeah.
Excellent. Plane, of course, blows overhead. Samantha, you're very aware that the plane is now going overhead. The muffler's out. The vehicle's, in trouble. You'll need to make another field check as you continue through this minefield. You don't need too many more successes at this point in order to continue past, in order to get out of the way. But I'm definitely going to take these prisoners out of the running because they are not relevant to the story any longer. You've avoided the prisoners. How'd you do, Ash? Sorry, Samantha, you got?
3 successes on the pilot.
More than enough. You've cleared the field. You've avoided. All of the other vehicles are stopped, but there is a whole ton of police cars coming up the highway towards you, and the plane dips and starts heading off because the road turns, and you're going to have to do some off-roading if you're going to follow the plane.
Yes, we're going to follow the plane.
Okay, great. Then I'll turn over the descriptions to the 5 of you as each of you describes this Hummer driving through Los Angeles on its way to where the plane doubtlessly is about to crash. Go for it. Start with Ash. Or Natasha, why don't you help describe what's going on?
I'm just gonna bounce in the middle seat and then crank up the radio to see if there's any radio at all. I'm sure there isn't. Maybe there's
static. Yep.
I can't even push. I'm gonna push the buttons and see if there's some really bad CD in here, because whoever's driving this car listens to shit music. We know it. Let's. But I'm like, yes, and that's it.
Cool. It's at this point where Samantha takes the Hummer off-road, and you're now leaning in from the back seat to the front seat. So what sort of check are you going to make to avoid taking damage as you're thrown around as the vehicle drives down the embankment and through a chain-link fence?
Well, I have pretty good dexterity. I would say that I would definitely hold on for dear life.
I love it. Sounds great.
I don't know what to add to that, but
Athletics.
yeah, I mean that's pretty good. That gives me a 6. Oh dear.
Survival.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay,
Okay,
so it's
so-
3 successes.
Okay, I didn't get to give you any complications before you rolled. So, you need to have at least one success. Two successes would be you're going to take some damage. You'll need to buy that off. But there's also an additional success that's needed for you to not hit, like the parking brake or the gear shift. Each one of those, and so you've got 3 successes. 1 is sufficient to get you through. 2 would buy off any the damage that your character would take from smashing into the
I'll
roof
take
or
damage
whatnot. Okay.
over. I'll take damage over messing anything up.
All right.
That's fine.
Awesome. But it doesn't appear that your character takes any damage, right? Because you've got something in your character's durability, which is a point of armor that gives you a free condition box, right? That
Yeah,
you
I
can just
also
take away.
have +1 armor from that wonderful innate ability of. I don't remember what it is.
Awesome.
Sorry.
So you've chosen to take damage.
I'm a tough cookie,
Exactly.
guys.
So while that box is checked, there are no conditions that come with it, and it'll just heal over time as you're not as glitterily effervescent in the sun as whatever hard body you have is hit into the roof. We'll describe that there, as you've chosen to take the condition of inflict damage in this roll. Okay, moving on. Carl, why don't you describe what happens next after you go down this embankment through the chain link fence?
Well, the chain link fence wraps around the front of the Hummer for a little bit.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, until we start going back up the hill, and eventually the chain link fence gets pulled under the Hummer as we go over it. And coincidentally gives the Hummer seemingly just enough traction to make it up the top of the hill. Mm-hmm. But at the top of the hill is another street where there are more dead cars.
Cool. And as you reach the dead cars, Velvet, take over the narrative.
As we reach the dead cars, I think Isabella's going to grab a hold of whatever that handle at the top is, because she's been in enough bumpy rides. And because at this point, like, really nothing left to lose, and she's been led to believe that she's basically immortal at this point because of her regeneration. I think she's just going to give a good, just kind of plant herself in the chair as best she can and just keep backseat driving. Just go pedal to the metal. You can plow through them.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And so
we're gonna
just describe it for me. That's all I would like.
And then, yeah, definitely if Samantha's got a poor enough decision making to follow through with this, we're just gonna see the Hummer just really smack into the dead cars and just try to plow through them like if it was clearing a roadblock.
Cool. And you plow through these vehicles as they're clearing through a roadblock. Were there any people around or whatnot?
Not in the vehicles, but I think there are definitely some folks milling around trying to get their bearings on the situation, and they just kind of were able to scamper away from the car.
Okay. Sounds great. As we turn to Jess, as you're heading down a side street, now directly underneath the plane, trying to keep up with it. It's getting lower and lower in the sky. You can see the landing gears have failed to come out. It's just slick, smooth aluminum.
And we're crashing through a roadblock right now.
Yeah, you've gone through that roadblock.
Okay.
Yep. What's happening next?
If it's clear in front of us, I guess I'm gonna take my super strong hand, my other less strong but still strong hand, put my feet on the back of the seats and just grab my 2 passengers next to me, plant Ash in a seat, grab the other one, and just yell at Samantha to hit it and see if we can beat this so we can actually get out of the car and be near it.
Cool. Okay, and what's the street look like as Samantha's driving down this street?
I feel like if we've gotten through the roadblock and we're heading to a more residential, some small diner area, I feel like there's probably a lot of people on the sides and it's probably like a beautiful street, maybe a car or two, but I don't feel like there's like a roadblock. I think it's just a lot of people who are like hopping out of the way.
Cool. A lot of people hop out of the way. What do they look like?
Fortunately, school probably let out. So there is people running, moms and dads with kids are just splitting the sea here. They're just gone either way. There's a grumpy old like neighbor who's just like cursing really angrily at Samantha.
Nice. It comes to me, there's a soccer mom's like SUV style. The back of the trunk is up and she's pulling out a big pile of soccer balls or hastily putting them away or whatever, but the driver's side door is open. And Samantha, you clip the door and just rip it right off the SUV as you drive by. The plane itself continues to fly overhead and one of the wings clips a 4-story building. Yes, that's how high up now you are, ripping a huge chunk of the wing off, and the plane veers violently the other direction. As you can see that it has done structural damage to this building as large chunks of concrete and masonry fall to the ground below, and people are shocked and definitely looks like damage has been done to this house as the plane then lands just in front of you, hitting the asphalt and just sliding into the intersection, taking out all of the light poles and the traffic lights, and coming to rest in and at the median on the far side, nestled in near this bar, this diner, and the Circle K.
Holy shipwreck, you guys. That's insane. Do you see that?
I can't believe that just happened. Like, with everything that else that's happened today, I can't believe that just happened.
So cool. Like,
what? It's not cool. There's probably people in there, Ash.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not cool, but like,
it's really cool.
Yeah. Got to pay a lot of money to see that, and not in a movie theater.
Jess,
let's go.
Yes. Go. Let's go. Let's get closer.
Yeah. Let's stop. Okay, so I'm gonna stop the Hummer, and we're gonna get out.
There is fire everywhere, of course, because as the plane lands, something in it erupts, and just this trail of airplane fluid and fuel just burning in this glowing radiant heat coming off of it, and it splatters this chat. If somebody's there, can you just describe a bystander, someone who was standing next to a mailbox who gets hit by this this airplane fuel as this is coursing in? And you can see Velvet, someone you know, standing on the street outside of the diner. Carl, you can see someone you know also standing next to the character that Isabella Sterling knows. And I believe that Nat, you know 2 people standing outside by the Circle K and the bar over there as well.
Yeah. Are they in danger of being lit on fire by jet fuel? That's my question.
The vehicle, the plane has come to rest in front, but it could explode and take everyone out.
Okay.
It's definitely possible. Okay.
I am gonna jump out of the car. Go ahead.
Seeing as chat hasn't come up with this individual, Velvet, give me an adjective to describe this person.
Unfortunate.
Bubbly.
Bubbly. And can you describe the person, Paige, this male individual, by the word bubbly? What does this person look like just before they get hit? Oh, Onyx Path described that for us, so I'll take it away from you, Paige. It is a guy in a too hot unicorn suit spinning a plastic arrow directing traffic to get some cheap pizza. I think he was just using that traffic to cower behind it. His too hot unicorn suit definitely is the bubbly thing about him. He is struck by airplane fuel. There is a word to describe airplane fuel, and I'm losing it at the moment, but jet fuel.
Jet fuel.
Thanks, Nat. I read your brain.
We're not entertaining any 9/11 nonsense here. Let's just say jet fuel, though.
Clearly. And he struck and immediately engulfed. But when this individual, this unicorn suit man with his spinning arrow is struck, he grows like threefold and is like 18 feet tall, towering inferno. I would call him a molten man, and I'm dropping him into the initiative check because as he screams in horror and fear, he becomes an obstacle to you trying to get past him. This 18-foot tall, towering behemoth of fire. So if you would like to do anything, this challenge is in front of you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jess, I was about to say that maybe we're not tripping, but I'm not sure now. Here we are.
I'm pretty sure I'm really high right now because this is all just really weird.
I think this guy's a Dark Souls boss.
Yeah. I already jumped out of the car. So I'm running in the direction of that plane, and I'm going to go straight up to that guy.
Okay. Wow.
And I'm using my relax energy on him.
Okay. Something weird happens to Ash as Ash starts running towards this guy. Ash flickers in the sunlight and vanishes from view. Just disappears.
Whoa!
Because Ash has the superpower called Cloak. And Cloak is a reflexive action that allows the character to hide away. Now, I didn't copy all of this one. You'll have to find it in the book to pull it up for yourself for later. But I will drop this into the Discord for you, Natasha, because there you are. Your character's scintillating skin and your suit that you're wearing vanish. But I recall your character was wearing clothes, like street clothes and whatnot, correct? Underneath your outfit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all suddenly a visible, available thing. Everyone can see your street clothes.
I mean, I was wearing like boxer shorts and a sports bra.
Oh, that's right. That's all you were
like,
wearing? That's all gone as well. That vanishes in the light. Sorry, my mistake. I didn't look at it clearly enough beforehand. You completely vanish.
Yes. And do I realize this, or is it just something that
I think you would be able to see you because your eyes are positioned such to see, especially your arms and legs as you're moving. You see all of yourself vanish right away.
I'm like, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Oh my god! I looked away for a second. What happened? What did he do to her? Where did she go?
She vanished
I'm
like a spark of light.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I wonder if I can calm this person down, though, when I'm invisible. Gotta just chill, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna go past him.
Sure, absolutely. Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's we're not into combat yet because you have managed to evade it personally. The other four of you, though, what are you up to?
I'm also jumping out of the car and heading towards the jet.
Out of the
I'm
car,
gonna-
heading.
Yep.
I'd like to try to do it in a way that avoids the giant magma man.
Which is how?
Perpendicularly. I don't know.
Could I be a help with that as a part of my action? Actually, I don't know how this works. If a bunch of us I see are getting out of the car,
Yes.
if I feel like the attention of Magma Man is going towards the party members, I'm going to use my super speed and treat it like a kitten and run back and forth and try to distract them.
Okay.
And be like, over here, over here.
Okay. What are you doing, Samantha?
I am hiding behind Leo at the moment.
Oh, yeah, that's brave.
Okay, that's freaky. How do we deal with this one?
I don't know. It happened pretty quickly. Maybe it'll go away.
What is Isabella Sterling up to?
Isabella Sterling is going to do something she learned a very long time ago in grade school, and she's going to go make friends with the biggest kid around.
Okay. Well, then, I think it's time to roll initiative.
I was going to clap and I realized I couldn't, so I just went like this.
I was on Kid Street when I was 8 years old, which is a Canadian TV show where you and your brother or sister go on and ask and answer questions about each other. Such great questions as if you had a pet crocodile, what would you feed it? My answer, of course, was third in the round. The first person who asked was answered the question with watermelon, which was, of course, answered incorrectly because nobody would get that right. The next kid answered the question, what would you feed the crocodile? I would feed it meat was her answer. And, of course, her sibling then answered watermelon, which seemed weird, like they were kind of trying to cheat. But when it came around to my turn and they asked me, what would I feed my pet crocodile? I told them I would feed it Kurt, my brother. And
Did
Kurt
you feel that way?
Was particularly incensed at that answer. But he came up with the cunning suggestion of crocodile food for his. So in the future, if you do wish to clap, do it on Kid Street, which is just over your head, away from the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So how did we do on initiative, everyone?
Fantastic.
Great. Let's get some totals then and see who's going to get to go first.
I got 6 successes.
Wow.
I am officially calling this, I don't know how Onyx Path feels. If you get 2 10 agains, I'm calling it 20 agains, and that's what happened to me twice.
So you rolled a 10 and got another 10?
No, I rolled 2 10s.
Oh, okay.
In my first roll, and then with 2 successes from them.
That's amazing.
And started with 2. So.
I'm very impressed. Isabella Sterling, how did you do?
Got a 4.
That's pretty reasonable. Leo, how did you do?
Also 4.
8.
And Samantha?
I got 5 with 20 agains.
Wow. And Ash?
3.
Okay. All of you have beaten the Molten Man, who I did roll and got 2 successes, but it was just 2 for the Molten Man, because you know what? Initiative is not their strong suit. Their strong suit is burning things with fire. Go figure. And as a result, you, I believe, all get to determine together who goes first. It is not decided immediately by Jess or Paige that Jess goes first. However, you can if you would like to. That is now canon. You're right, Paige. Double tens is
my,
20 agains.
This is a hill I will die on.
So discuss amongst yourselves what you would like to do now that you have for sure entered into combat.
Okay.
I think that it might make the most sense for Isabella to try first.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Does
happy to
everyone
go
think?
last.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, power of friendship.
Okay, so how initiative will work is Isabella is going to get to go, and then Velvet is going to get to pick who is going to go after Isabella. And when it is your turn, please choose that person before you take your action, and that way they can start to plan what they're going to do while you're doing stuff. And I did something really cool. If you're watching the stream right now, folks, I did this. Oops, I didn't do that. I did this. Oh, why is that growing? Well, I just did. Let's see, there we go. Okay, that felt like it was going to be cooler in my head. Isabella Sterling is first, followed by who? Who's next, Isabella Sterling?
I will hand it to Jess.
And then Jess. So I can then take Jess. Put Jess there. All right, Isabella, go for it.
I will approach very slowly, waving my arms up to let them know I'm not a threat. Hopefully they don't react the way bears do to flailing arms. And I'm just going to start shouting up like, hey, it's okay. You look like you're fine. I know the whole eruption thing is kind of a trip. I'm green and have red veins.
Well,
and I think I'm breathing pollen.
Yeah, you keep calling, like, are you fully, like, green, bright green, Kermit the Frog green? My initial say was just, like, your character is a little greenish, like they're, suffering from the flu or whatnot. That was my initial play. But if you want to go full-on green, fine by me. You're calling
it's a subtle green, but okay. I think she's just hyper aware of it.
That is so true. Good to know. Hyper aware. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to try to just calm them down. Just let them know, like, hey, we're kind of going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Cool. Okay. You're going to calm them down. And what are you rolling to try to do that?
I think I'm rolling presence and empathy, just kind of establishing, like, hey, we're in a similar boat. I feel you.
Okay. So just to be clear, it seems like you're using more of a finesse tactic than a force tactic in this play, which is totally fine. You're trying to force, if you want to roll presence, that's fine, but it is much more stern. This does not seem like a compelling presence sort of check, or is that what you're going for?
No, you got it right. Yeah, I think I'm definitely... it's more of a gentle thing.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Make your check. Your difficulty. Your difficulty is against their composure or resolve, and they do get some enhancement bonuses from the fact that they are a raging and towering inferno. So we'll see what we see. There aren't really any major complications that can come from this. However, I know that the Trinity rulebook has laid out a little bit about, in the intrigue section, how to change people's attitude. So yeah, make your roll, and then you can tell me, do you have any enhancements that you get to put into play in this check?
Yeah, I think I should have asked you prior to that. I have the cold read thing for empathy, where I can ask you for a detail about the character, and that's something that I can kind of latch onto.
Sure.
When speaking to them.
So, sorry, you're saying that you want to latch onto something about the person?
Right, just like a small personal detail that I can kind of use to start kind of a rapport with them.
Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be tough, given that you only know that they are covered in fire and you were formerly wearing a unicorn costume, carrying a sign.
I can go with the unicorn.
Okay. How will you use that information as an enhancement for you?
The last unicorn made me cry too.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you a single enhancement if you roll any successes. You're probably rolling a ton of dice, so that's fine. I will roll their defense against this. I have 2 successes on that, plus the scale. I don't think they get scale associated with it. So, yeah, you have to get at least 3 successes in order to be successful, and then anything above and beyond will allow you to add stunts for the conversion of the individual's emotional antagonism towards you and others.
Oof, I rolled just 3.
Okay, so you have barely succeeded. That means you got an advancement, which means you have a single advancement, which means you have shifted them from aggressive towards you to whatever the next stage down from that is. I'm just trying to find that in the book. They just hate you a little less. But
Take it.
hey, you also have shifted the attitude of a whole bunch of people on the street who are suddenly taking a notice of you trying to talk down the towering inferno in your fascinator and cool sunglasses. Perfect. It is now Jess's turn. So unless you were, because you weren't trying to do any multi-actions or anything like that, Jess, it is your turn. It definitely looks like the Towering Inferno is not going to attack Isabella Sterling right now. Who will you pick to go next after you?
Ooh, I will pick Leo, heading the same way as me now. Since I'm shifting gears, seeing that Isabella's totally got this. And there's somehow an invisible Ash over here. I don't understand where, but somewhere over here there is.
Yes.
Jess is attempting to run straight super fast like a cheetah. I should be eating cheetahs during this. I don't know why. Feels fitting. Straight to the crash and look for an escape, like for any survivors from the get-go.
Sure, okay. Because you have mega speed, I don't doubt that's activated at the moment because you're still hyper aware of everything. And I believe you also have multitasking, that you're able to do more than one thing at a time. Because your mega speed and your mega dex allows you to move more than a couple range sections in a time, you're immediately out of the in the imminent combat. As you run by the molten figure, though, the radiant heat coming off of this individual requires you to make a stamina check to avoid taking damage.
Okay. Totally doable. Is that straight stamina?
Yes, because I think your mega stamina, if you have it, I think you do, applies to incidental damage. I believe, if I recall correctly, this is all the fun sequences of using a brand new game. So those listening along and watching along, thanks for this. Thanks for hanging out with us.
We're all learning together.
I have truly superhuman constitutions and resistance to harm. Those with high levels of mega stamina are virtually immune to the needs of mere mortals. My superhero voice. Okay, do I still just roll the same dice though?
Yeah, you're only ever going to roll the same dice. How many dice do you get?
3.
Nice.
Okay. Teen again. Let's see if that happens. No. I got 1 success.
Hey, that's all you needed to get is a single success from incidental damage. Because there's indirect damage that could be applied to you here. You get to apply your stamina, your mega stamina, which I believe you have how many dots? 2 or 1? 1 dot of mega stamina, which means you get that effectively counts as 2 successes, which means you take 0 damage from the fire from this indirect heat as you dash past it.
Sweet.
And I will look down at chat to see if the Onyx Path tells me if I got that right or not. Yeah, I believe you got that. I got that right. So let's move forward then. It is now Leo's turn. And we will move. You get into the plane, of course, and I'll start to describe some of that for you. But you're not in the immediate throes of combat, so you'll get to just describe whatever it is you'd like to do in the plane when we come back to your turn. Leo, who will go after you? You're muted, Leo.
After me would be Samantha.
All right.
So Leo is trying to run towards the plane in the wake of Jess, who is just like sonic burst towards the plane. Would it be possible to get there and try to get into one of the emergency exits? Something like that.
Okay. You're heading for the plane as well?
Yes.
Your character does not have any degree of hyper movement or speed or whatnot. You'll literally have to run past this molten man in order to do so. You won't be able to move beyond him in this round. Now, you told me earlier that you were moving perpendicular. What did that mean?
I'm trying to stay out of its interest range, if not reach.
How so?
Whoa, you're a really big guy. I'm going to stay at least 15 feet away from you. Trying to do the Pythagorean math and
It just looks like
run
you're
around.
doing semaphore to everybody else.
You got to do the Python theory to find the hippopotamus.
So my interest is in getting to the plane and trying to do so while staying defensively far away from the magma man.
Okay. All right. What sort of check are you trying to do?
Well, I'm old and I'm trying to run very quickly. So I was thinking something like athletic stamina would be appropriate.
Okay. I'm trying to do an athletic stamina. I mean, does this really seem like a stamina-related check to move perpendicularly to him? Or are you trying to cut down a side street or move through a building on the edge or whatnot?
Not really. I'm just trying
way?
I'm trying to move all out without just exhausting myself.
Yeah, okay. You're not really
Okay.
trying to resist anything here. That seems more like a might check, right? To go all out and not exhaust yourself. And if you succeed at the might, then you won't exhaust yourself. But a stamina check. Okay, so a stamina check plus athletics would be that you don't go far enough and you're still in his range of threat. And that would, so like, because his threat is in increments. I think you would just have more need. It's a higher difficulty, and there are more complications. I don't know. Yeah, because what you're trying to do in the dice pool that you're trying to implement don't seem.
All right.
to
How do you
fit
feel about like an
perfectly.
athletics cunning? Since I'm trying to reason out.
Yeah.
on the fly.
I like that. You're using your
Okay.
finesse. You're finessing the moment, trying to see. Maybe it's also that you're trying to stay out of his field of threat in your giant orange jumpsuit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Make that check. Now the complications are that you, the distance you have to go is pretty far. So. You need at least one success in order to be successful. Then there's three. You need to three, which is just covering the distance to get to the plane. But you need an additional 3 successes to not incur the attention of the molten man as you're coming towards him.
Okay.
Yeah, even though you're further away. So let's do that. Yeah.
I have 1 success, but I have mega cunning 1, so it is 2 successes.
2 successes. So you can't buy off the attention of the molten man, but you have enough successes to get where you want to go. Is there a stunt that you would like to purchase that helps you out in this moment? So like it could be you took partial cover as well?
That sounds perfect. Yes.
Okay, so you have something called partial cover. If you want to look that up in the book, that is a tag that's effective and applied to your character. As we move now to Samantha's turn, who will be followed by Ash. I told you we'd get to combat. I just thought it would be with prisoners.
So Samantha is not skilled in combat at all in any way, shape, or form.
You lie. You lie.
Well, she doesn't think she is.
Right.
She is going to try to use an ability that she has called Foresight.
Cool. Yes. I'm going to take over narrative control, though, because when you try to trigger Foresight, you activate a different power instead. You actually have a quantum attack, Samantha, and that quantum attack is called a Stunning Mind Bolt.
Oh.
That is a Mind Bolt attack that does stun instead of damage. You'll need to look into the rules of stun, because that's a bit more complicated, but I will now put this up here for you, and yeah, there you go. Now, when you use this quantum attack, you will be using your aim plus your dexterity to blast out a mind bolt at this creature. Actually, sorry, not dexterity, cunning. You use your which is higher, dexterity or cunning for your character?
Cunning.
Yeah, you'll use your cunning plus your stunning mind bolt attack, which is at a rank 1, I believe.
Rank 1.
Sorry. Aim plus cunning. There's no single dot of the quantum attack. That's just what's going to allow you to do the damage.
Okay, and do I apply mega attribute cunning to this?
What does it say? I wouldn't think you would.
I don't believe it does. No. Okay. 3 successes.
Woohoo! Yeah, so this stunning mind bolt, what does it look like?
Kind of like sound waves, like you would see in water, like sonar. How you would envision sonar underwater, like being these rings that just kind of expand outwards as they go further away.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. This stunning mind blast comes barreling like sound waves, like in a cartoon sort of would, rippling out from where? Your forehead, your eyes, your mouth, your chin.
Forehead.
Okay. Your shoulders. As this blast comes shooting out from you, totally really like quite unaware on your own part, but everybody who's not in the plane right now can see this. And Isabella Sterling, you turn at the last second, you see this wave of weird energy, kind of rippling effect, maybe heat waves off pavement in a hot day, come pushing out of Samantha's face into this behemoth in front of you. And you've done 3 successes, so you get to buy some tags with that. I don't think you have enough successes to purchase an injury condition for this monster, but in the book there are some opportunities there when you're shooting somebody in combat. When we're attacking, you can choose to pin them down, which would give them a +1 complication to their next attack. So that would help them because they're kind of pushed around by it. And that's really it for the book's description of that. So you can choose to apply. You have two two that you can purchase. One is a +1 complication to their next attack, and then you can use the other to do something else if you want to attract their attention, or you want to stymie them in some way, or do something to them. What do you think that this could do as a stunt?
I would say pinning down, making sure that it's not going to move and affect anybody else. So
Okay, well then we'll add a +2 complication to the character's next attack. As we'll say you've bought it twice, or you bought it in such a degree that you can add it twice. That sounds great, and we've pushed them down. And I will also point out that Onyx Path is currently still testing these new rules, and if you send them $5, they will activate a roll die for you and give you success immediately on whatever it is that you're trying to do. And you don't even have to be playing the game, to be honest. That's just a great feature today alone. If you follow or subscribe on Twitch, I will immediately give everyone an auto success of an enhancement on their next relevant check. So subscribe or follow, and they all get an enhancement on their next check. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll just do that all the time, which means I need to add a little thing that says that somebody followed or subscribed, because right now I don't see it. Cool. Moving on, it is now Ash's turn.
So Ash just watched this behemoth fall to the ground. Is that correct?
I think that they got kind of like, they didn't fall for sure, because that's 18 foot of fire falling down. I think that they got pushed back or roiled or something. They're rocking back and forth. They're waving. The Tower Inferno maybe diminishes a little bit. Something has caused them to get pushed and pinned down and whatnot by this mind blast.
All right, so I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to see Isabella over there and trying to talk down the monster. And I am going to use 1 quantum point of my 3, which I've already used 2 now.
Okay.
To do
You have
composure.
so much more. You have so many more than 3 quantum points. Just so you know, you have 25 quantum points that you can spend at any given point. You have 10 to begin with, and then you get 5 for every level of quantum that you have. So you have 25. All of you have 25 points of quantum.
I thought I didn't have that much, but apparently I have that much.
So much more than you thought. It
yeah,
regains very slowly, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a superhero. I'm gonna play it. So I'm gonna re-roll that 10 I just rolled. That's a success.
What are you rolling to do? Because I didn't get to establish any complications.
Calming composure. So it's going to mitigate any kind of energy, whether it's positive or negative. Unfortunately, Isabella's work here is not going to be as good, but we're going to reduce the emotions of any situation and just feel the vibe. We're going to vibe check everyone right now.
Cool.
Yeah.
You'll need to get at minimum to break through the defenses of this creature 4 successes.
I only have 3.
So yeah, not enough to succeed. I rolled the composure dice for this creature and got at least 7 on all 4 dice. But you had an enhancement on your... Oh no, you had at least 1 success. You had an enhancement on your last check because Sarah spent her Twitch Prime subscription on the channel, which is enough to give you how many successes? 4. You are successful. There were no additional complications except for maybe Cloak has to drop in order for this to happen. That you've calmed everyone. You'll have to do something physical. Tell me what Ash does physically to describe this. As Cloak goes down and compelling presence washes forward, you would have needed more successes in order to buy the tag that allows you to maintain the power, let's say, in this moment. And I think that's pretty cool. You are successful, though, at wiping out or ameliorating the antagonism of the monster.
Yeah, narratively, on my way to the plane, because I feel like a sudden urge to make sure that these people are not burning on fire. I don't
Wow.
know where that came from. Ash doesn't usually have that kind of energy, but she felt like, they felt that was important. But just saw that this creature was in pure pain. That was the first victim of this whole situation. So just breathe. Let's just, and Ariana Grande starts playing in their head, you know?
Sure. Sing
No,
a snippet of Ariana Grande for me.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, I will
Not gonna
immediately give your character give you all momentum if you roll up and give me some Ariana Grande.
Somebody else do that.
I want to hear
Not
Nat
me.
sing it.
No. Mm-mm.
You keep saying no.
No.
This is a perfect moment for yes. Yes, let's.
I don't even know the song that well. And I also just, like, I could play the punk rock version of just, like, you know, just breathe. You know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Ariana Grande punk rock style. I love it.
Oh, God, don't do this to me. I can't do it.
Like, this is great.
Yeah.
Anybody know a good or Ariana Grande song?
No, it's... Okay, never mind. Yeah, it's just let the bodies hit the floor and everybody goes down. That's it. Yeah, let's go. And that's the worst song to pick, but that was the first thing that came to my head.
I love it. What song is that one?
Not a good one.
Of Ariana Grande's?
Okay, we're done with singing. This is not a musical episode.
It doesn't have to be. It can be the punk rock version of an Ariana Grande song. Oh, I wish I knew more Ariana Grande songs.
I have to look up lyrics because I'm I literally don't have songs in my head. I'm not a music person.
As soon as somebody asks you to do something like that, you're like, "Foop, that fell out of my head."
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, no, it already fell out of my head before I even talked this. I was just expecting, like somebody to fill in the gaps. So
yeah, everyone got really quiet and looked away from the camera. They don't want to help you at all, Nat.
You're very
They're all
smart
being
people.
cruel.
I was invisible until this moment. And then I realized that I'm not invisible anymore. And I started running towards the plane. Goodbye. But I'm taking my calming composure with me. And I'm assuming it has a presence surrounding me so that if I actually go and do the effort that I wanted to do, I will be able to calm people in their moment, whether they're dying, burning alive by jet fuel, or, strangled by an oxygen mask. I've got that energy right now.
Okay.
Moving on to the next person initiative.
Well, your action was to do the compelling presence, or sorry, not compelling presence. It's something composure.
Calming composure.
Calming composure. I will get those right eventually. Probably not today. You've done that, and you can take your move. You move away. The Molten Man does not strike or attack at you. The Molten Man is still focused upon Leo, however, has been inhibited. So in order to attack, they will have to both overcome your calming composure as well as the pin down complication in order to strike at Leo. What they want to do is take their big left hand, step 1 foot forward, and just slap Leo behind his cover that he's dove behind. What does the cover apply for you there, Leo?
The cover is on a car, a small compact car that that Leo's dived behind.
Okay, but you only have minor cover, and what's the benefit?
The benefit is that it absorbs an injury condition.
I love it. Yes, I like that. That's great.
I believe the pin down, if he doesn't buy it off, deals him injury as well.
Yes, potentially. So can you roll your defensive attribute in this moment? It should probably be stamina, but you could appeal for something along the lines of composure. Not really.
I'm good with stamina. I'm thinking
Stamina.
I'm sort of bracing the car.
All right, roll your defense as this creature, this molten man's going to slam a fist down on you. The vestiges of the arrow sign in the arm, it's pointing towards you as he slams his hand down. How did we do?
Extra dice. I need more dice. Hang on. I have
Need more dice?
I have teen again.
Yeah, he rolled 3 10s.
You got 30 again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 successes.
How many dice did you get to roll on stamina? Holy moly.
I rolled 5, but I got to re-roll 3 of them.
That's amazing. Okay, here we go. I have 2 10s, an 8, an 8, and a 9. So that's 5 successes. He's probably still not going to be able to get to you. And another 8. So that is 6 successes. That is, even if he does not choose to buy off, he got at least 1 success. So he gets to put his enhancements against that. So that is a certain number. But then he has to buy off the double pin down, which is 2 successes, or he'll be taking injury. He doesn't get to you. He slams his hand down, hits the car. The car burns just from radiant indirect damage. It doesn't actually get damaged itself, but it starts to melt and warp because it's a little smart car. It's not made of metal. It's made of aluminium for those watching for Britain. And you actually will take, you need to roll your stamina again to avoid taking indirect fire damage from the heat of this. While you are rolling that, we are going to return again to this top of the round, but that's not going to happen tonight. Tonight, we're going to get a little moment from each of our player characters and what's going on around them as we tie up the 3rd episode of community service, wherein we've revealed the majority of the superpowers. Samantha's still missing a couple. Isabella Sterling's still missing quite a few. As we wrap up tonight's adventure, knowing we'll be back next week to see what happens with the Molten Man, the burning jet fuel, the crashed plane, and all of these NPCs that our characters know very well. Let's turn it over to the players for their little bit of an epilogue for each of their action, and we will run in order of initiative. This is not an initiative action. That will happen next turn, next game. Just kind of give me a bit about what's going on and where people can find you.
Hi everyone. I'm Velvet. I play Isabella Sterling, like the silver. Our moral compass, definitely. You can find me on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar, as you've seen in chat. And I'm super stoked for this.
What's Isabella thinking right now?
Sorry.
And note, we are still just straight up PG at the moment in this game.
Yeah, I just had that cough. She's a little discouraged, seeing that she didn't quite reach Magma Boy as well as she thought she did. And she might have to be a little more forceful. She doesn't have the feature lengths of trying to teach the Iron Giant how to protect humanity.
Cool. What is her specific thought?
I think she's going to have to get a little more assertive with the Magma Boy. Maybe even draft them to their side for a little bit.
Okay, cool. Moving on.
I believe that is me. Yeah, Jess is standing at what she assumes is the opening, whatever the plane broke into, or the jet, and is looking into the smoky kind of abyss, coughing, trying to see if there's anyone moving or alive to see if she can rip them out. But oddly, she's feeling really strong. I don't know if it's the weird hand or the fact that she's high. She is just feeling like really hyped. Not
Cool.
quite
What does
understanding
she
this
see?
feeling. Smoke. A lot of smoke, pieces of like burning airplane around her. And then hopefully we'll find out if she sees people alive.
Cool. Yeah.
And then not Jess is Paige. And Paige can be found on Twitter at D&D and Paige. And Scattergood's channel on Mondays, here on Tuesdays, as you can see. And yeah, it's great. I'm really excited for next time. And let's see if I roll the teens again. Canon now from Onyx Path themselves. It's great.
Cool.
All right, Leo is crouching behind what is now a burning car, thinking, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. This is crazy. How the hell did I get here? 4 hours ago, I was having a coffee and everything was normal. Carl can be found at RPG Carl at Twitter, like on my handle. I am also Just a Carl on Twitch. You can find me here every Tuesday for the run of this, which I'm having a ball with. Next week, you can also find me on Monday on We Are Nerdsmith channel, doing the Descent into Avernus 9 Hells of a Good Time. And our adventure is called Chicken Run, which is going to prove very entertaining. And then in a couple of weeks, I have a City of Mist game coming up soon.
And how did you do on your stamina check?
I have 1 success on the stamina check to resist the heat.
Do you get any enhancements on indirect damage? Does Leo have any mega stamina?
Not that you've told me about.
Leo does, in fact, have mega stamina.
Oh,
which
my
means you get
goodness.
to apply enhancements to that, which means you have enough to not take any indirect damage from this burning heat of Magma Man's giant form. And I will add that to your Discord sheet as we move on down initiative.
Ooh, exciting.
All right, so Samantha sees all of this chaos and insanity going on around her. Something just happened when she was trying to use whatever it was that showed her the future before, and she's not sure what it was, but the thing stopped moving. So she's going to try to make her way over towards the plane, kind of taking in her surroundings, making sure that there's nobody injured around her, trying to figure out, am I high? Did that chemical affect me? What is going on? And how do we get out of this and go back to normal life? And I am Sarah when I am not playing Samantha. I play Samantha here every Tuesday, and I have my own Twitch channel, Ars Mythica. I'm the one that subscribed during chat earlier and saved Ash.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will also be on the We Are Nerdsmith 9 Hells of a Good Time stream on Monday, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I am very much enjoying this game. It's been a long time since I've played an Onyx Path D10 system, and getting back into it is really, really great. I used to play Requiem a lot, so this is kind of reminding me of that in some ways, and it's close to my heart, and I love it.
I love it. And
I am Nat. You'll find me at Ashes for Foxes. But let's go to scene. Ash just watched this burning colossus with a unicorn costume that apparently grew with it, I think. Or maybe just disintegrated into cinders.
I didn't picture
off
that
of it.
before, but I now see the unicorn costume is some sort of U-fiber and has grown with them, and you can see them. It is on fire, but not burned up. I love it. Yes, it is 18 feet tall unicorn costume on fire.
Yeah.
I picture that.
Burning in the middle of a cul-de-sac in a LA suburb. And if you think about LA suburbs, every house looks the same, but there's definitely houses just burning and a 4-story building in the distance, just smoke coming off of it. And I see our friends, like that Hummer just got smashed, right? Is that what happened?
Little smart
With
car
the
got
hand?
smashed with the hand.
Yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, that's Ash's future is like nobody came out of that I can tell. And Isabel is just standing there. So, yeah, that's how we end it.
Cool. So,
Running for her friends.
I like how all of you have bonded so much in the trauma after the garbage picking and whatnot, that these are all friends now and close compatriots, and people you know down the road are waiting for you. And there's a lot about to happen in this little thoroughfare. There's a lot going on. Fields are involved, combat's happening, and next time on Community Service, we will doubtlessly deal with the Burning Man, rescue people out of a plane, but more than anything, meet up with NPC loved ones that are now going to see a very different and new side of these, our PCs. Join us next week. This episode will be up on YouTube in a couple of days, and hopefully if you didn't catch all of it, you can see it there. The first 2 episodes are already available at YouTube / I don't think I have a dedicated link, but if you look for Tavern Tales Podcast, you'll find the 2 of them there. Those are the only 2 videos I've put up. My name is Kyle. This has been the 3rd episode of Community Service, and I would be remiss if I did not inform you all how important it is that when you are a member of a community, big or small, personal or familial, that you are of service to it. So be kind to one another out there and help however you can. Thanks, and have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful slumber.